Stardew Valley and Terraria are two legendary indie games, and along the course of their development, the developers have shared plenty of love with each other and actively admit to playing each other's games, which I think is so cool. In Stardew Valley's most recent update, the friendship between these two games grew even stronger with a secret collaboration that happened under everyone's noses. Which is why today, I'm going to show you how to get your hands on the MEOWMERE from Terraria within Stardew Valley. And then afterwards, I'll talk a little more about the previous collab that these two games had, and then explain the connection within each of them. So okay, let's jump straight in. The way to get the MEOWMERE in Stardew is pretty simple, but it might require a bit of luck to get it early on, which I'll explain in step 1. So for step 1, you'll need to get your hands on an ancient doll. The ancient doll is an artifact, meaning you can only obtain it by digging up an artifact spot, although the ancient doll can only be dug up in the mountain, Cindersap Forest, the bus stop, or in Pelican Town, or through getting treasure chests when you're fishing, or by opening an artifact trove. So unfortunately, these methods are all RNG based, meaning you are not guaranteed to get it. So if you prefer to try your luck, you could try crafting the new totem, which was added in 1.6, and that's the treasure totem, but that requires mastery in foraging, which definitely takes quite a bit, so clearly this is not the ideal method. Luckily, Concerned Ape added a way to get it for only 1 gold in 1.6. From spring 15th through the 17th, if you have the bus repaired, you can visit the new Desert Festival. There, you can find Jas, who will only be selling the ancient doll for 1 gold. Currently, this is the only guaranteed way to get this artifact. The only problem with that is only 2 of the villagers at a time can sell, and there's no guarantee that Jas will be one of those villagers that gets a shop. Moving on to step 2, you'll need to visit floor 100 of the mines. Step 3, once you're on this floor, take your newly obtained ancient doll and chuck it into the lava lake. Doing so will play this cool little animation with a bone serpent from Terraria, and you'll get the faraway stone. Step 4, once you've obtained the stone, go visit the wizard's tower. Once you're there, enter the basement and locate this little pile of branches and leaves. And here, this is step 5, place the stone onto the pedestal, which will open a portal to Terraria, and you'll be greeted by a cat and given the MEOWMERE. Congratulations, you now have the MEOWMERE from Terraria in Stardew Valley. But you might have noticed one little problem here. It's kind of weak, unfortunately, because it only does 20 damage. But that's okay. Later on, once you visited Ginger Island and unlocked the forge, you can place a much stronger sword in the first slot and the MEOWMERE in the second, and that will change the appearance of your sword into the MEOWMERE. So now you have the funny sword and it's stupidly overpowered. So that sums up the guide portion of the video, but really quick, this is very important. After you have the MEOWMERE, you are not able to get a second one, meaning that if the MEOWMERE is lost or sold, you won't be able to recover it, so be careful with this thing. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, let's talk about the collab in a little more detail. If you didn't already know, Terraria did a collaboration with Stardew back in 2022, where they added Joja Cola, which has a chance to be fished up. If you manage to find this Joja Cola, you can take it to the Dryad and then ask her to purify it. And in doing so, a portal is opened to Stardew Valley. From this portal, a little Junimo pops out with a star drop, and you're able to use the star drop and keep the Junimo as a pet. So here, obviously, the reference is in purifying the can of Joja Cola, which cleanses a part of the valley and summons a Junimo, sort of like how we clean up Joja's trash through the community center. And in the most recent collab in Stardew 1.6, throwing the ancient doll into the lava lake is a reference for summoning the wall of flesh in Terraria, which you normally throw a voodoo doll into the lava for. All in all, I think it's super cool that these two games and developers have so much respect for one another and continue to show each other support through their collabs. That's going to be all from me on this one. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I really hope you enjoyed and found this video helpful. Best of luck to all of you on getting your MEOWMERE, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.